Welcome to my updated Systeme.io tutorial for beginners. Here I'm going to show you how to create landing pages, turn it into a sales funnel, collect leads, and send emails automatically. If you'd like to follow along, you can click the link in the description, or maybe you're just not familiar with Systeme. They do come with the ability to use them for free, and everything I'm going to be showing you is using the free plan in this, so you can definitely follow along. But nevertheless, let's get started, and I'm going to go step by step to make it as easy as possible for you. Let's begin. So once you have your account, and of course if you don't, they do come with the ability to use them for free, on the main dashboard up at top you want to hover over websites and click on sales funnels. This is where I am now, so let's simply click on the create button right here. Alright, since this is just an example, I'm going to be calling it Systeme.io tutorial. Obviously, whatever niche you're going to be using, give it something related to that. Like if you're in weight loss, just call it weight loss, or maybe you want to generate leads. You don't have to be too creative here as long as you know what this specific funnel is going to be all about. Okay. Next, what we want to do here is build an audience. There are other things you can do, but this is going to really help you get up and running to at least identify some of the biggest things that you can do with Systeme. After doing that, click on the save button. Alright, and it has successfully been created. Now what you want to do is actually click on the specific link for the funnel that you just created. Alright, and so here we are. This is going to be the dashboard when you are creating your funnel. Keep in mind there's 2 pages here, and if you ever want to add more, simply click on Add Step. Right here we have a squeeze page, which is where someone arrives on a page and they can enter in their email so that you can collect leads. Then there's going to be a thank you page. Ideally, this is going to be where they receive a free gift. Could be a video, ebook, training, whatever it's going to be. Since we have our pages that we need, what we're going to do is look for some templates. Now, if you scroll down ever so slightly, I like going to 30 here so that you can see more templates at a time. And for me personally, I love the simple ones. There's going to be a lot of them that actually have quite a lot of depth to them. They're going to be very long, a lot of things going on. But for me personally, I just want to use something that's short, straight to the point, and it's going to be much easier for you to get up and running. Ideally, something like this. Now, if you look at it, you see a picture, you see a headline, and an email box. I've seen this one before because there is much more underneath what we're shown, but I am going to go with this one and show you how to edit it. Let's go to select. And since we are picking templates, I'm going to click on the thank you page now. This is going to be where they're taken once they opt in and pretty much you get their email. So once again, let's scroll down. And in this example, let's just say we're giving away like a free gift, which is like a free video training. And as you can see here, some of these actually have video trainings on them. And underneath it, it says interested in our full course. This one's going to be great because we can give them something for free and then offer something else that they maybe can purchase. So if you're sending traffic to this, immediately this is where you can start making commissions, start selling maybe your ebook or anything else. I'm going to do select with this. All right, and you're going to notice we're still on the thank you page. If you ever want to change your URL path, you can just do something like thank you and change it, okay? And click off, and that means it's saved. Let's go back to the squeeze page. And for this, let's just call it free video. Okay, let's say we're giving away a free video. Now that we have done that, let's go ahead and edit the page, and I'll take you to the drag and drop editor. All right, so this is going to be the main section on the left. This is where we can drag and drop a lot of aspects here, but ironically enough, pretty much everything we need is already going to be here. Don't worry if this isn't you or you're not discovering the secrets to effortless healthy eating, you can change that very easily, okay? Now I'm going to give you some tips here when it comes to creating a landing page or at least a squeeze page, pretty much the same thing in this case, is that our main goal here is to get someone to give us their email. We don't want recipe links, we don't want blog links, about me, or contact us, all right? If we're jumping on this page, do we want them to contact us? No, we want to get their email. We don't want them going to about me and all this other stuff here. So what we can do is hover over this, and if you hover over it, you see that it's going to be blue. You want to click on it. That means you're selecting all this, and what we can do is delete. That's the worst thing you want to do. Like if you were sending paid ads to this, you don't want them just clicking off somewhere. You want to get that lead. So you're going to notice it's also pretty high on the top section here. So what we can also do is if we go to where the green is, we can kind of move it down ever so slightly. So it's not all the way up at the tippity top. Okay, something like that. Now what we can do is scroll down. Now you're going to notice there's actually a lot more to this. Now, I'm not saying this is wrong, but it's going to make your life a whole lot easier when you arrive on a page and it just looks like this. So how do we do this? We can just delete a lot of these sections. Now, if you hover over and move your mouse, you're going to see how it turns green. That means it's going to be this all next section. So we can delete this as well. I'm going to do the same thing with the next section. Like if you wanted to keep these, you can simply just add in your own ebook and change this around. But like I said, for the sake of simplicity, I want to show you how to get up and running very easily. I'll even show you an example landing page that I use that does very well, that looks very similar to what I'm going to create here, okay? And of course, we have this as well. Great, and then we have this. Still with me, right? We're just deleting the stuff that we don't necessarily need. Okay, now we have the bottom aspect. Once again, do we need them clicking on, say, like blogs and recipes and all that stuff? Do we need them showing that it's from Systeme and so on and so forth? So I can click there, and once again, I'm going to delete this row. And we don't need our social accounts, right? So I'm going to click on this so it's blue. Remember, main goal is email. Now, we do have a section here that we do want to edit, and I did keep for a reason. If we click on this menus here, this is going to be a great spot for, say, like terms of service. Okay. You might also have a privacy policy. There are plenty of websites that will help generate them for you. Okay. I'm just showing you where they would go and like maybe like support if that's needed. So what you would want to do, I highly recommend when you get the links to these, is open in a new window, because you don't want them to leave this page unless they enter their email. And if they click on this and they just completely leave, you're probably not going to get their email address. So obviously wherever this goes, it could be a Google Doc, right? Wherever you're going to be holding it. Maybe it's going to be another page on Systeme, .com. And then this would be terms, okay? That's where the links would go. I'm not going to be too specific on that. I think you understand how you would link them to that. I just want to show you how it's done, okay? Now we're going to go here and edit some of this. So we have this here. If we want to change this picture, we click on it. We're going to go to the cloud right here, and I have my images. There's going to be a picture of me I'm going to use, and I'm just going to click on insert. Obviously, you would just upload yours if it's not there yet. Okay, a little bit too big, and it's already clicked on me, which is good, so I can make this smaller. We have image size. I think that looks a little bit better. And if we scroll down a little bit more, we can move it more to the left. Not left, excuse me, from the right side. There we go. So I think that looks fine like that. We don't have to play around with it too much, right? If we did want to move this bottom part around, you're going to notice that we have the top here. So we can move it up like this, and from the bottom, we can kind of move that up if needed, something like that. I think that looks fine, okay? Great, so that's kind of like the aesthetic stuff. Now what we can do here is let them know what they're going to be getting. So if we click on this section right here, I'm going to double click. I'm just going to say free video reveals, okay? And this is going to be the headline. So let me back up one. This is just letting them know what they're going to be getting. So it could be free video reveals, free ebook, free template, free cheat sheet, free guide, whatever it is, right? And I'm just going to do something with how to. So like how to, okay? How to build your digital business from scratch. What is something that your perfect audience wants to know? For example, you want to see a tutorial about how to use Systeme. So maybe how to build your digital business from scratch just using 2 simple funnel steps. Something along the lines of that. Let's say this video was the video training they're going to be getting. That's something that you can put. It's the same thing regardless of your niche. If you need help when it comes to a headline, leave a comment down below and I will do my best to get back to you. If I don't, someone else can always help as well. I get a lot of comments, so it's hard to kind of get back to all of them, but I will try my best if you need help, okay? Say goodbye to the confusion and frustration of mealtime decisions with this guide. So you can kind of keep this, just change it around. So say goodbye to the confusion and frustration, okay? Now what we can do is enter your email address here. I was looking at it and talking at the same time. If we click on this, this is just a little tip, is that we can change around the placeholder. I like doing enter your best email address, because when you say your best, the chances are higher that you're going to get someone's best email address. If you put enter your spam email, someone might put their spam email in there, okay? So it's just something that I've liked doing for a while. And this, we have get a free guide. We can click on this right here. We don't need to set up the automation stuff. We're going to do that later, which is very easy to do. But if we scroll down ever so slightly, this is going to be the button text. I like to get instant access. I want them to know that as soon as they enter in their email, they're going to be getting exactly what they're looking for, okay? So that is pretty much it. You'll notice how I didn't do a whole lot here. You might want to maybe just go back and link these to the appropriate pages. You can make them on Systeme if you want, but I wanted to focus on the main things like your landing pages, obviously. And what we can do is click on Save Changes. And very quickly, I'm just going to preview it. So this is the preview button. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, this is preview mode. Don't use this URL. Sure thing. And you're going to notice that you can't even scroll on this. I don't know if you can hear, I'm using the wheel on my mouse. This is exactly what you want. When they arrive on the page, we have that one main goal: enter their email address or get out of here. Okay, and if you don't believe me, here's an example of a landing page I am currently using. Okay? This is about as simple as it gets, but you know what? I've been doing this for over a decade. Simple like this works very well. You can go and create something long and elaborate and even test it if you want, but I love getting squeeze pages up and running as quickly as possible. I sure hope you do as well. That's why I'm keeping it as simple as possible for you. So I do things like this too, and I would highly recommend that you do as well. We have what they're going to be getting right here. You have a headline and of course a little bit more if you want to add that. And once again, your best email goes here. Okay? All right, perfect. So once again, I'm just going to do save changes. And this button right here is going to take us back to the main dashboard editor. All right, so that's the squeeze page. And the thank you page is probably going to be just as easy or quick. So let's click on the thank you page here. All right, so here we are on the thank you page. You'll know that you're there because it's highlighted right here, as you can see. And let's go to edit page. All right, so the great thing about giving them a video is the fact that you just pretty much need to embed it. Like if you have a YouTube channel, you can put it on there. And once again, we don't really need this top aspect here. So I'm going to go over where all of it's kind of highlighted and click on the delete right there. Thank you. Your free training is below. Now, if you want to go ahead and change this, you're going to click on this and you can do video type direct link. So if you did want to change this around, go ahead and get your YouTube link and simply add it in. So give me one moment. I'm just going to get an example one for me. All right, and I'm just going to simply paste that in there, okay? Longer URL, but it works. Just an older one. This is updated, okay? So you can do autoplay on or off. I highly recommend doing off controls. Probably put them on just so that's more dependent, I would say, if you have, say, like a Vimeo or a completely different one. But I would recommend keeping them there unless you're doing a video sales letter, which we're not. And I think that looks fine. So there's going to be that. Now we can scroll down, and here's the great part of this. Like I talk about when it comes to thank you pages have great quote unquote real estate. It's for the fact that if someone opts into your page, and let's just say they are interested in digital marketing, there's going to be other opportunities for them to check out things that are related to digital marketing. So what you could do here is say like interested in our full course, and this is just a great example of this. Maybe like, because before this was about like health, so now they're doing yoga. So if digital marketing was before, like here's where you can try out the sales funnel builder. Here's going to be a complete sales funnel course. Here's going to be how I made X from doing this in X amount of days. Whatever it is, anything that's kind of related to what they opted in for is a great opportunity to put in front of them. So what we can do here, we have, this is going to be interested in our full course. What we can do is add another section in case we don't want to use that, or we can just drag in a button. So what I'm going to do is look for a button on the left. This is going to be all of the elements. If I scroll down, we have a button right here, and I can drag and drop it right under there. So I actually don't need like this section here. I'm going to delete these. So this right here, I'm going to delete, and we can keep it like this. Okay. So interested in like maybe the full course. Okay, where it's going to be 3 hours long and show you case studies and so on and so forth. If you're interested in taking your yoga or Pilates, a lot of this I'm not going to edit around. I'm pretty sure you should know how to say edit text. Just click on it. You know, if you're interested in taking your digital business to the next step, you know, add a little bit more, you know, the best about what you're going to be promoting. This could be a webinar also. This could be coaching. It could be a strategy session, whatever it's going to be. This is just the best opportunity for you. Add in some information there. If this was the example, like if you're interested in taking your digital biz to the next step, click down below to get full access to the 3-hour course that we just talked about previously. So we do have our button here, and what we can do is double click it. And it says action when button clicked. What we want to do is open URL. So this would go to your specific course, right? Yourcourse.com. Open it in a new window. Okay, everything else looks good. We do want to change the text. Click here to get started today. And we're going to have a subtext. Say like, we have over 85 glowing reviews, something a little else if you want to add that there. I'm just giving you examples, all right? So that's what makes a thank you page so great. Not only are they getting exactly what they're looking for, but you're offering them something else that is almost related, but maybe a little bit more. I talk about when you go to the grocery store and they give you a little piece of cheese, you're like, oh, that's really good. Do you want the whole thing? Like, do you want the whole cheese wheel? Okay, maybe you don't want the whole cheese wheel. Maybe you just want a block of it, right? So all right, so this is the piece of cheese that they're getting, and this can be like the main course, the full thing if they want it. And make sure these are kind of related. That's the biggest thing. If I'm talking about digital marketing here and I'm like, hey, Do you want a free course about how to create the best pizza ever? They're going to be like, what are you talking about? Okay. Make sure it's related. That's how you're going to increase your conversions. Okay. So that's going to be the thank you page. Not a whole lot going on here. The main thing, give them exactly what they're looking for and offer them something else that's obviously either your course, someone else's course as an affiliate, webinar, something that you want to help build and grow your digital business. Okay. Click on Save Changes. Okay, we can just do preview very quickly. It's going to look exactly as we saw. Let's just do that. And of course, I didn't edit any of this down below. I think that's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to removing text and links, right? We've gone over that, so I'm going to keep that there. I don't want to go through that again. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of that. Fantastic. All right, so now we can move on to email marketing, and I think you're really going to like this because it comes with automation. So when someone opts in, they're going to get an email sent to them automatically. So what you want to do is hover over to the email section and click on campaigns. All right, and if you have a brand new account, what you're going to want to do is just simply click on create. So whatever your niche is, ideally, you're going to want to pretty much just, give it a name. Like if you're in like dog training, call it dog training. If you're doing something with weight loss, call it that. I'm just calling it tutorial for the sake of this tutorial, right? Now, if you don't have your email set up, that's fine. You won't be able to add it in there, but I'm going to show you at the end how you can do that. I don't want to slow it down by going through that aspects of it. And plus, there's an article that shows you how, and you can reach out to Systeme. They actually have really fast support, so that's always a good thing. But let's continue on. You don't really need to add any description there. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we have saved it, and you're going to notice it is now created. So let's actually click on it. Perfect. So this is going to be where we can create emails in it. So now that we're inside the campaign, let's click on create. And this is going to be the first email. Okay. As you can see here, we have the subject line and we have the sender name. So for an email right here. All right. So for the subject, we have click here to access what you requested. I put a Q in there for some reason. Anyway, so I like this because it is a call to action and it reminds them to say that they requested something. So maybe if they forgot it, they can open it up and check it out again. Sender name, please use your own name. Don't use mine. And a classic editor is going to be fine here. Let's click on save. So this is going to be email numero uno. And while I would like to do a masterclass about how to write emails, I am just going to give you some tips here that's going to help you do this much quicker. So this is going to be the template that you can use, assuming they have opted into your page in order to get a free gift. So the congratulations section, okay, then what you're going to want to do is give them what they want. In other words, you want to link to the specific funnel page, the thank you page where they originally opted in there. Sometimes you want to do that in case they X out. Maybe they forgot about the URL. Just another way to bring them back to your recommendation is good. Let them know what to expect from future emails, so benefits, and then you can sign off in a cliffhanger if needed. So while we're doing this, what I want to do is just kind of go to websites and sales funnels. I'm going to open this up in a new tab, okay? The reason for this is because I want to get the thank you page URL. So if we click on the thank you page right here, we are now there. I want to copy this link, okay? Because we want to send them to this in case they want to go back. So let's go back to campaigns. So as an example, I'm going to actually read a email to you instead of typing it out because I think you can follow along that way. So all right, so hey, it's James Canzanella, and congratulations for opting in to learn how to build and grow your digital business. As promised, you can click the link down below to get that free training. Make sure you watch all of it. I did it in a step-by-step formation, so I think you're really going to like it, especially if you're a beginner. Aside from that, I highly recommend opening up my future emails. I'm going to be talking about so many things when it comes to building your digital business, such as creating landing pages, sales funnels, email marketing, marketing automation, how to get free traffic from organic social platforms, and so much more. I think you're really going to love it. Thanks for opting in again, and be sure to check out that video. I know you're going to find a lot of value from it. And then we would sign off to say like James. So the end is going to be a cliffhanger if needed. As an example, it could say like, hey, I also have another great bonus for you. Make sure you check my email tomorrow. I think you're going to like it. So if you have something like that, you can tease it. It's kind of like when you end a show on a cliffhanger and you're like, I just got to watch the next one. I just got to see the next email. Okay, it's going to be something like that. Do you have something cool for them? Hint at it at the end of the email, okay? And if you want to see how to actually add a link, pretty basic stuff. Like, so I'm going to do click here to access the video training. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this and we're going to click on the link right here and I'm going to paste this in. Okay, so that's the thank you page. So like I said, maybe they X'd out of it. Maybe they're going to keep this email around. Maybe they're going to save it in a folder. So if they ever want to come back to it, that's where it's going to be. So that's going to be an email overall. Like I said, I was just going to talk it out instead of writing it. I hope that gave you a lot of tips and it's kind of gave you some flexibility on what you want to do. Last but not least, what you want to do is click on this little caret here. And what you want to do is save and publish. Okay, so it says this email will be sent after. That's completely fine. That's going to be the first one. You want to do 0 days. That means it's going to be sent immediately. Okay, I'm just going to let you know that if you ever want to add more emails after it, like the second email, you would do 1 day after or 2 days after. That's how you can send a consistent flow of emails overall. Okay, but this is just going to be the first one. So let's click on 0 days, or we have 0 days and everything else is going to be the same. Let's do activate. All right, great. And if we click on the actual name of our campaign, you're going to see that the status is on. That's perfect. That means it's working. So now all we need to do is connect it to the landing pages that we already created. So what we can do now is go to websites and sales funnels, and we can click on the funnel that we created in this tutorial. And now what we want to do is go to the squeeze page. So make sure it's highlighted and click on edit page. This is going to be the automation aspect. So what we want to do is click on the button that they're going to click on that submits the form. So let's click on Get Instant Access. And as you can see, it's going to say Submit Form. It says, do you want to redirect users after contact registration? Yes. We want them to go to the next step. That means what's going to happen is that they're going to enter their email, they're going to click on this, and they're going to get taken to the thank you page. Now, most importantly, we want to click on Add Automation Rule. Okay, let's click on Add Action. And what we want to do is subscribe to campaign. This is the reason why I did it in this order, because we need to create the landing pages, we need to have our campaign created, and now we need to connect it. Okay, so let's do subscribe to campaign. And this is going to be the one you created right here. I called it just tutorial, and I'm going to do save rule. Okay, and you're going to notice that the automation right there is set up. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. So let's do save changes. And once that's done, let's go back. And now what we can actually do is go ahead and just preview it. What I'm going to do is get a temporary email so I can test it out. Give me one moment. All right, and so here's what we can do to test it. If you want to get the link to your funnel, all you have to do is click on View Funnel and it will open up in a new tab. So this is going to be the link that you can actually, put in your social media. You can put it wherever you're going to send traffic to. So I'm going to enter this email in here. Just a temporary email, nothing fancy there. Okay, and what I want to do is click on Get Instant Access. All right, and perfect. You'll notice how it goes right to the thank you page. So they requested that we get this video that shows them how to build and grow their digital business from scratch. We say thank you. And then down below, it's like, hey, are you interested in the full course? By the way, I don't have a full course for this. You're getting everything here, but this was just an example, of course. So, hey, would you like a little bit more? Obviously, you can add some more text there if needed. And this would be the button to the link. And once again, this is fantastic real estate right here. And something I forgot to do, I just noticed if you look down below where I'm hovering, where it says your course, I forgot to put the HTTPS, okay? So you're gonna see if I open this, it's not gonna actually open. So everything is good so far. Let me just show you how to edit that. Let's go to the thank you page. Sometimes I do make mistakes. Who would have ever thought, right? Let's click on edit page. And I'm gonna click here. It's all the way up at the top. So here you wanna do HTTPS:// okay? And then we can do save. Now what I'm going to do is just preview it. Okay? And perfect. Now it goes to your course, because before it had systeme.io/marketing island, whatever it was. So you just got to make sure you put that in the front. And of course, let's check out our email to make sure we got it. All right, and there you can see under the temporary email, there's James Kinzanella. Click here to access what you requested. I'm not going to open it up, but that is going to be the email. And so there was one thing I did want to talk about when it comes to email specifically. All right, so remember, you are going to need to just kind of update and verify your email. If you hover over your picture, your logo, whatever it is at the top right here, go to settings, and then from there, go to emails, okay? This is going to be where you want to add in your specific email address and, of course, verify it. Now, there's also going to be this article right here I'm going to open up where it shows you the steps of what you need to do. So it even talks about clicking on your profile picture, going to settings, confirming your email address, adding it in, and you can just follow the steps there, and that's going to help you do that. Of course, there's going to be some DNS settings you need to add, but what you can always do is reach out to them. It should be very straightforward. I know it's like a little bit more of a technical thing. I even asked them myself, and they got back to me like within an hour, and it was just done. They are very good at it. They can certainly help you out with that, but I did want to leave that to the end because, like I said, the meat and potatoes of the video is going to be in the beginning, and this is just something you want to do to confirm your email address, just to make sure, like, I'm sure they have to protect themselves so you're not sending like spam out from a random email, okay? But that's going to be where you can verify your email and of course add your domain so that you are going to be good to go when it comes to sending emails from Systeme. And that is going to conclude this Systeme.io tutorial for beginners, updated for you, step-by-step guide. I really hope that it helped you out. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And once again, I will do my best to get back to you. I get flooded with comments nowadays, so I just unfortunately can't answer them all, but sometimes I can very quickly. Of course, if you haven't gotten to test out Systeme.io, you can use the link in the description. Not only can you try them for free, but you can do absolutely everything I showed you in this tutorial for free as well, where you can always upgrade if you want access to more and better features. My name is James. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.